And we are back. So, let's go ahead and do a couple more missions here. Benkei and Chihaya up to some more shenanigans. So with that event, Benkei gains the, whatchamacallit. Where is she actually, by the way? Oh, down here. So Benkei gains the attack Heavy Smash. This is the first instance where a commander gains an attack that is not specific to, or that doesn't correlate with her unit type. So Benkei is a Lancer. However, Heavy Smash is an attack that, as you guys can see by the icon, is technically a melee attack. And this is special because, you know, normally Lancer units don't have this attack because Lancers are usually restricted to Lancer attacks and not other attacks from other unit types. But Benkei and a lot of other heroes gain a lot of, have the possibility of gaining a lot of different kinds of, you know, attacks that don't really necessarily match their unit type. And this is one of them. So Heavy Smash is a melee attack that does 2.5 times more damage, which is excellent because you know, that's just a heavy that's just a huge damage boost. But you do need to wait 30 whatever in-game 30 something time measure that the game counts, and it can only attack 3 squares, so it's not infinite range. So if you put Benkei on top or bottom, she can't hit top or bottom depending on where she's at. But it is very useful because, like we've seen before, the hammer units are effective against basically any unit that isn't that isn't another hammer unit or a melee unit, or yeah. So you know, this attack is going to be pretty damn good against almost everybody. So that's how it works. So Heavy Smash on Benkei is really good. I always try to use it if I can. So there's that. I think that took a little bit too long to explain, but hey, whatever. Fuck it. And she gains Snipe. So let's see, let's go ahead and check out Snipe here. Oda Nobunaga Snipe. So, Snipe deals 50% more damage and has 30% more critical chance. So this is just overall a very good attack too, because not only does it give you 50% extra damage, but also, as you guys can see by the target range, it's basically infinite range. So she can hit anybody across the map or across the battlefield with Snipe, as you might expect the name to kind of suggest. So with that, you know, she can attack anyone, and on top of that, she gets an additional 30% extra chance to critical shot someone, which is really good. So if you want to clutch critical, you might want to use Snipe if you have the brave to afford it. Unfortunately, it does have a little bit more delay, but 20 more delay isn't really all that bad, considering you get 50% extra damage on top of it. So Snipe, good attack. I liked it. Let's go ahead and end the turn again. And this becomes our turn. Alright, Rebellion, Yamatai. Yeah, I can afford sending these 3 out to complete the mission. It's not actually a revolt that they're talking about. It's just spirits masquerading around the town. So she just kind of labels it as a revolt, just to make it not so suspicious, I guess. Well, not suspicious. I don't know. Okay, so we get an event out of this called Talisman. Volatile hate can't decrease -20%. I have no fucking clue what volatile hate is. As far as I know, it does nothing. Like, we don't even know what volatile hate is or how it's even gained or lost or whatever. So all these items that modify volatile hate or whatever, I don't know what they're used for, honestly. And my friend Protagonist and I have tried looking up what this does. I mean, there could be an Eiyuu Senki wiki out there somewhere, but as far as we're concerned, Volatile Hate absolutely does jack shit. So this, in a way, this item is kind of useless, but you get it anyway. So I mean, whatever. So that's that. Not really gonna equip it on anyone because, like I said, we don't know what the hell it does. Lastly, we have our last mission here. Learning out the invaders. So I think there's been a mission like this before, where yeah, with Yoshitsune's event, where you know you can only bring up to a maximum of 9 units in order into this battle. So what we're gonna do is we're going to send out all our best units. We're gonna send out Sanzo Hoshi, Nobunaga, Himiko for healing. Anyone we feel like is a good match here. Oh, hey, look, Marco Polo's item basically healed her up to full really quickly. So we're gonna give her back. Actually, should we just leave it on her? Yeah, we'll leave it on her. All right. So, Chihaya, Kimiko, Noda Oda, Sanzo Hoshi, Marco Polo, Yoshitsune, I guess, because she's really fast. Shuangdi, Lubu, and Benkei. I kinda want to bring Hiraga Gennai with us too. Yeah, let's leave out Oda Nobunaga and bring along Gennai and Benkei. Except we don't have enough resource, so fuck. So leave Benkei behind. This is clearly overkill, but because this is the only mission that we have left, and we only have one more action point, it doesn't really matter. Since who's commanding the troops. So basically what that dialogue summarizes to be is that this girl right here, her name is Strange Warrior, but her name's actually Balin, like I said before. Balin is single-handedly kicking everyone's ass and corners some of our commanders, but the rest of our army comes in to save the day, and that's basically where we are now. End of story. Anyways. So we don't want to send out Marco Polo because this, she can kind of melt really easily. Actually, fuck this bitch. We will. Not Marco Polo. Fuck these bitches. Oda Nobunaga. Chihaya. Kimiko. Hiraga Gennai, I guess. Alright. Still does a decent amount of damage. I'll attack Balin because she only has 3 defense, so if we put a lot of pressure on her, she can fall really fast. Boom. Balin is special in the sense that her primary attack is called Exploding Sword, and it's actually an exploding it's an explosive attack. So that's another example of how units in this game don't really can have attacks that aren't really, you know, indicative of their original, well, yeah, their original class type. Let's go ahead and use Snipe on Balin. We didn't crit her, but she would have one-shot her anyway. I think we can only kill them with crit. Let's kill the cleanup unit. 730. Yeah, she wouldn't have fallen in one shot. Advance. Attack Chihaya. Can't use bombardment anymore, but not that it matters. Melees are also surprisingly effective against Lancers, as you guys can see there. Alright. And she disappears too. Alright, so after that event, the game gives you an extra action point. It's kind of the same concept with Sengoku Rants, where the game gives you action points to kind of, you know, manage your events and whatnot. But unlike in Sengoku Rants, where you actually have to use Rants' satisfaction bonuses, this game just straight up gives you more action points after certain scripted events or certain points of the game. So this is when you know officially that you are now entering the early stages of the mid game. Thanks, narrator. With conquest comes paperwork! Government. You smell like Asia, Commander. You don't say. Alright. So, thankfully, when you do gain an action point, it technically gives you a fresh one instead of just giving you an empty one. So we have one more mission to, or we have one more, you know, action point we can use to go ahead and do something else here. But we can't do anything because we need Lancelot, and we need to end our turn anyway because our we need to have a pre-turn event in order to enable us to invade our next event here, or our next territory here, Southeast Asia. Or we could go invade, you know, this place first. Or Russia. Yeah, let's not do that. So, let's go ahead and end our turn. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Who could this be? So, these events, these narrations, this narration, if I were to describe it right, or if I were to explain it right now, then it would kind of spoil the story. So you guys can probably read it for yourselves as I explain what's going on. So this is just a narration of, well, right now we just don't know. It's just a random narration that at first when I read it, I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? But as the story progresses along, it kind of starts to make a little bit more sense, especially when you consider who your main enemy is, and because it does have to relate. Spoiler alert: it has to relate to the enemy, but I'm not gonna say anything else past that. Not that it really matters, but hey. So yeah, there is actually a point to this narration. It's kind of like a more, I mean, you can probably tell by the dialogue style. It's just a little bit more of a symbolic kind of meaning to it behind what's going on with this world and why everything's happening the way it is. So yeah, I don't know why the text box is not centered, but that's for you OCDs guys to worry about. Okay, are we done? Are we over this now? Good. Okay, so basically what's going on with those cities that just turned unknown is that the enemies that we saw that we fought at Chang'an are invading Southeast Asia. That's why their flags turn into this weird flag right there. The unknown. So, yeah, they've captured the Jakarta, Bali, and Port Moresby. And, yeah, we need to go ahead and flush them out. So, now the game gives you, it puts you directly into the mid-game, where now it gives you three options. You can now invade, well, you can now declare war on the EU. You're not actually declaring war on this EU. But if you guys have studied colonial European history, then you guys would know that the EU, the European nations had somewhat of a control over Southeast Asian territories because of imperialism. Yay, everyone loves imperialism. That's what we're doing right now. But yeah, these are EU-held territories, and by declaring war on the EU, we're actually invading Southeast Asia first, not continental EU. That comes much later. But that being said, the game gives you an option to invade these over here. You can also invade the Middle East, specifically the Alexandrian countries. So as you can see, we can declare war on Persepolis, where Alexander the Great is waiting for us. Alexander the Great is quite the character, one of my favorite characters in the game anyway. And we can also declare war on Russia. We will not be declaring war on Russia, because if you were to see what happens when you invade Russia, you will fucking die. I did. Never again. So we're gonna leave Russia until the very end of the game. The game gives you the option to invade Russia. You're never gonna do it, because the game's unfair and the game's a cheating bastard. But we will get our revenge on them shortly, or not shortly, much later down the road. Fuck Russia. So we can either invade Southeast Asia or go east or west towards the Middle East and Egypt. Normally going down to Southeast Asia is the easier path. Going west to invade, the Middle East is the harder route because they have a lot of very strong units. Even the generic units are, well, not a lot of strong hero units. They only have like 2 hero units as far as I'm aware, but they're just really strong. All of them are really strong. So normally the preferred path is to go southeast to Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, all that stuff. But we ain't no bitch, and we're gonna go ahead and invade the Middle East and say hello to Alexander the Great. So, in order to prepare, we shall stock up on our Shoka. I'm probably gonna have to edit that out because I flashed tits on the screen, but that's no matter. We have over 100,000 gold, so we're gonna have to splooge a little bit. So now let's go ahead and raise everyone up to 1,500 troops at the very least. Let's see here. What can we do? 420. Blaze it. And she needs 380. 380. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chaya needs... We're going to raise them up to 2,000 just because we can. 330. Right there. There we go. She needs 460. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13. Lancel needs 360. Shishiwang D is probably also going to go up to 2,000 as well. So let's give her 360, I think. Yeah. Yujisne needs to go up to 380. Make it just straight at 400. Libu is at 380 again. 390. 440? Yeah. Math on video, boys. 330 for Golden Naga. Sammy gets 400. 370. 70, I think, for Kira getting that too. Yeah. And we've already used up all our money. Fuck! It's okay, though. It's fine. So, this is a good place to stop the video. And when we come back, we will start invading the Middle East. So, here we go.